guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a very long time. Did you guys miss me? Because I missed you guys so much. I just kind of got caught up with life, and I kind of let 1 month turn to 2 into 3 into 4, and now we're about like a year and a half since I posted my last video. But it is what it is. It's never too late. I'm back right now. So I think the last time I posted a video, I was still living in Israel. Obviously, I'm not there anymore. So I'm just gonna give y'all the long story short of just this last year and a half and me, where I am right now presently, and how everything is going. Let me get these a little flat, you know, like the look. Hair by me. Don't book me though. Anyway, back to the video. So last time y'all saw, I was in Israel, came back home. When I came home, my sister actually got married, and so we had a great time at the wedding. From there, I went on to Connecticut to start my second season in the WNBA. And that season was a little bit up and down, and that's kind of where I fell off with my YouTube. In the beginning of the season, I wasn't playing as much as I wanted to, so my focus was to get back on the court. And so I was so focused on that I really wasn't focused on YouTube. I was just trying to get in the gym as much as I can and just be locked in and show my coaches that I was locked in, so that I can get back on their good graces and get back on that court. You feel me? I did have a breakout game a couple games into the season, which led me to playing more. I eventually started for like a 6-7 game stretch, and became basically like the 6th man off the bench all season last year. We finished #1 in the WNBA, and we went all the way to the semifinals, where we played the Chicago Sky in a series of best-of-5. I started in game 4. I played, you know, good minutes, especially as like a second-year rookie, if you want to say. Unfortunately, we lost, and the Chicago Sky went on to win the WNBA championship. And to me, it was like, if you gonna beat us when we were supposed to win it, y'all better go win it. And they did. I wish it was us, but they did. Not even a day, like literally the same night we lost, I got contacted by my overseas team to see if I can come out that Sunday. We lost to Thursday. I was still in Chicago. Thursday at 4 a.m. They texted me, can you be on a plane and be here by Sunday? How that works, Sway? I wasn't even back in Connecticut, let alone home. So no, I wasn't gonna be able to get there. I had about 10, maybe 2 weeks at home between moving from Connecticut, getting back to Maryland to get ready and move to Russia. Yes, I was in Russia for my second season. Woo, I mean, just thinking about it, I'm just having like flashbacks. And yeah, I don't know how I did it. I was in the coldest city in the world, Novosibirsk, and at the time that I was there, it got down to like -30 degrees. Bruh. Yeah, I was living there at -30 degrees. But that is gonna have to be a whole video in itself, because woo, child, I was just fighting for my life. When I tell y'all, I was just trying to make it through each day. I was just trying to make it through. There really wasn't much to document. I was either practicing or I was in the crib. Like, it was just too cold. We did go out a couple times, but it was just too cold to do anything else. If I was gonna document anything, you guys would have probably seen me cry a million times, because like I said, I was fighting for my life. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I was getting hit with an uppercut, a jab, every day. Like, KO. They was trying to kill me. Sorry. I'm gonna edit that out. But they was really trying to take me out. But luckily, I had my other Americans hold me down. But I don't want to sound like I'm bad-mouthing the country. I did appreciate my team. I really did enjoy my team, my teammates, my coaches, and the staff that helped us. But they did do us dirty, and I definitely learned, and I want to be able to share that so people don't have to go through what I went through. As you guys know, with the whole Russia and Ukraine situation, our season got cut short, and so when I came home at the end of January, I had all intentions to go back, but the day I booked my ticket, was packed, about to get on the plane. They invaded Ukraine. So I ended up not going that day, and within 2 days they were calling it a war, and by the next week all the Americans that were in Russia, at least on the women's side, was back home, except Brittany Griner. It's free Vici toes backwards. Okay, so fast forward things because I need that Russia video to be its own thing, so I can show y'all what I was eating, what I was wearing, and what I had to go through. Anyway, so I was home for about 2 months between February to April, and then I went to Connecticut. If you guys didn't know, I got waived off of the Connecticut Sun, which in other terms is, or in simple terms is, I got cut from my team. I played with the Connecticut Sun for 2 years, but this year after training camp, when they were making their final roster, they decided to cut me. It's kind of hard, like I never really talked about it, and I wanted to come on here and give y'all like an update and give y'all like a real update of like everything going on. So I had training camp, and I'm not gonna use this as an excuse, but prior to camp I was dealing with knee issues that dated back to last season, and it was a lingering issue that got worse in Russia. It was at the point where I could not bend my knees without pain. Like, it was so painful. Like, there was a point where like using the bathroom I had to like crutch my body, like hold on to something to lower to the bathroom, and I just flopped because it hurt so bad to bend my knees. Like coming out the car, I had to hold on to the door and like the armrest in the door and try to pull myself out of the car. I've never experienced anything like that before, and I just had this lingering problem that did not get better when I went overseas. And so I was kind of dealing with that when I first came home, so I wasn't really in the gym as much as I would like. Like I said, my season had got cut short because of the war, so I wasn't playing and getting those game time reps. So I had to like, y'all hear how loud my mom is? And y'all want to see, y'all wonder why I'm so loud. I get it for this woman. It's a difference between being at home and practicing and playing. So if I were to play those 2 months, I would have more of a rhythm, but I kind of rested for 2 months, and in those 2 months I had to find the balance of resting my knee but still keeping up so I'm in good shape and I'm not so far behind when I go to camp. And so I wasn't in my best basketball shape, and I wasn't in my best game playing shape. Not using that as an excuse, but I'm just giving you guys an update. Like, I was going through it. Fast forward, we get to camp. I feel like I have a better camp, but I feel like I'm just not in my mode, you know? Like, I didn't play for 2 months. I'm still trying to get everything, and once I started to put things together, it was just a little too late. When we had our scrimmages, the first scrimmage when we played against New York, it got cut short, and I didn't play that much in the first half, and in the second half we only played the third quarter, and it got cut short because New York didn't have enough players. And then when we had our second scrimmage against Atlanta, which was more game-like, I played maybe like 3 or 4 minutes in the first half. The second half comes, third quarter comes, third quarter comes and goes. We're in the fourth quarter, I'm still on the bench, you know, I'm trying to be professional, keep cheering for everybody, but in my mind I'm like, dang, like, when am I getting in? Like, you know, I've been trying to, I wanted to prove myself, I wanted to play well and, you know, earn my spot. Third quarter comes and goes. Midway through the fourth, 4 minutes left in the fourth, 3 minutes left in the fourth, 2 minutes left in the fourth, and at this point he's starting to empty out the bench, and literally he put everybody in the game but me. I was the last person off the bench to get into the game, and you know, the people that he was even putting before me, we kind of had an idea that they weren't going to make the team. So me coming into the game with a minute 30, I kind of like had the thought in the back of my mind that they kind of like, you know, made the decision and kind of gave up on me already. But I didn't want to think that. I didn't want to put it in the atmosphere, but it was kind of obvious. You know, I was playing behind people that I knew was going to get cut. So I kind of started to put 2 and 2 together, you know. And so I kind of had it in the back of my head. I didn't want to be negative, but I mean, I got in, I played like 5 minutes in the scrimmage, and I got in with a minute 30, and it's like, what am I supposed to do in that minute 30? You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, I'm not putting blame on anybody. You know, if I performed how I was supposed to perform since day one of the camp, then, you know, there wouldn't be no problems. Came a time where it was time for cuts, and oh Lord, that one almost took me out. Jesus. So it came time where they were making cuts, and this was probably like 3 more days left into training camp. So I was already there for 2 weeks, and so they had individual meetings with all the players whose contract wasn't guaranteed. And so I had my meeting, and I go into the meeting, and I should have put 2 and 2 together. Our president was in the meeting, and it didn't really click. I just assumed she was with everybody in everybody's meeting. So when he's starting to talk about T and her experience of her getting waived, and it didn't mean it was over for her, but she still came back and now she's an integral part of our team, I kind of knew where it was going. We had a hard cap on our salary, so a lot of my teammates took pay cuts to keep the same team. So in order to necessarily like keep me, we wouldn't have been able to carry 11, and the roster is 12. They wouldn't have been able to have a full roster, and at this point it was a numbers game. So they decided to go with cutting me so that they can sign more newer players for cheap and build a team that way. So he was like, yeah, so we decided we're gonna waive you. And I was kind of in shock, you know, after he started explaining how, like, you know, he believes in me and I've done so well, they love me here. I was in a like state of blur. I wasn't even listening at this point. You know, I was just really shocked because it was just like, damn, like literally, that's all I could say in my head, like, damn. Like, I kind of saw it coming, but it didn't really hit until the words came out of his mouth and the waterworks game. I've never been in a position where I've gotten cut off a team. I didn't make a team. I wasn't important or vital to a team. And so to have someone kind of just essentially like shut the door on your dreams almost at the time, like that's how I felt. I felt like my world was over. It hurt. It really hurt. I didn't even want to see nobody. I didn't want to talk to nobody. Like immediately after the meeting, I knew other people had meetings. I was just praying that I didn't run into nobody. I was crying. I was trying to wipe my face, trying to look, you know, presentable walking out. Luckily, I didn't run into anybody. I got in my car and I was ready to go back to my apartment, pack it up and go home, you know? And on the way back, you know, my friend joined her home, she texted me and was like, hey, like after your meeting, meet me at Johnny Rockets and we can talk or whatever, you know, let's talk about the meeting. And I was about to hit her. I wasn't even about to respond. I was about to just go home, go. I wanted to crawl in a hole and just be dead to the world. Something in me was like, you know what, like just turn around, go back, and, you know, just go see her. And so I ended up turning around and going back into the casino and meeting her at Johnny Rockets and telling her the news. And at first, you know, I had already cried a little bit and I was trying to be tough. You know, I don't like showing emotion. I don't like crying in front of people, whether you're my friends or like my siblings, my family. I don't like doing that as much. You know what I'm saying? I feel weak in that moment. And so I told her the news and she was more like, she was shocked. She was crying, you know, she called her mom. She was crying on the phone, and seeing her cry almost made me cry. And I was just like, join her, like, it's okay, like, I'll be fine. Lying, because inside I'm like, ah, like my dreams are over. But I try to keep a cool face. Then shortly after, Natisha came and met us, and, you know, we were all kind of talking about it. And, you know, they were giving me advice because they've been in similar situations where they've been cut off of teams and picked back up, and they're playing again, and now they're having amazing seasons right now. And so they kind of helped me put into perspective just the whole situation. Like, it's not anything to be embarrassed about, because that was my main thing. Like, dang, like I knew this was going to be on social media. I knew like once I got home, everybody was going to ask me. Like, I felt embarrassed to go back home and really to go back into reality, knowing that this was going to be news to everybody, you know, in a couple hours. And they really helped me put things in perspective, where I wasn't as down, like as hard as myself, like, or as down as myself. And feeling so hopeless and feeling like everything was over, because everything wasn't over. Like, I'm just getting started, for real. And so it's just so funny, like thinking back, like we were really in there having a kumbaya moment, crying in the middle of the Johnny Rockets. Everybody's just walking at it, like walking by us, looking at us crazy, because we're sitting there boo-hoo crying. Like, I ain't never seen Atisha cry. Me, her, and Joyner were just crying our eyes out because it hurt, you know. To have that moment with them was very special. Like, I don't know if they really know this, and maybe they'll watch it, but like that really helped me change my perspective on the whole situation and just understand, like, this is the business side of the game. I know what type of player I am. I know I've had visions of me playing on this level, visions of me dominating on this level, and visions of me being one of the best players to ever play the game and play in the W. And so I know those dreams are still alive. It just had a delay. You're gonna fail on your way to success. I can't tell you how many times, I can't tell you when, but it's inevitable. Like, you're going to fail on your way to success, but it's how you respond. Because failure doesn't mean you're denied. It just means you're delayed. I just want you guys to stay encouraged, stay hopeful, stay positive, because everything will work out for your good. It may not seem like this today, it may not seem like that tomorrow, it may not even see that in a year. But eventually, God's plan always prevails, and He will always have your back. So remember that. Failure means delayed, not denied. And you got this. You're gonna be successful as long as you believe. Even when things don't look like it, you still gotta always believe in yourself. Keep pushing through and know that everything will work out for your good. Everybody has their own time, so don't compare with anybody else. Just stay focused on you, stay trusting in the Lord, and keep working faithfully. So I'm really, you know, excited. I'm glad I did this video. I was kind of dreading it for a while because I didn't want to be real. I didn't want to be raw and give y'all that side of me, but I want y'all to see the real me. Like, I don't want y'all to see what y'all see on social media, on Instagram, and this is why I'm using my YouTube to showcase the real me and show you guys the different sides of who Kyla Charles is. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your notification button so you can get notified when I post my next video. And we're gonna have some fun in this new chapter of Life of Kai. So thank you, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video.
Thomas coming down with the rebound, gets it up the court just before the buzzer.
Cute system, so I'm not surprised that she's been able to do what she can do here in Connecticut as a rookie. With 16, obviously a career high, counted M1.
Within a matter of seconds.
Thornton is denied by Charles. Jones now finds Charles. That's why she's the MVP. Both ends of the floor.
Gave good resistance. Charles with the block.
Up ahead to Heidemann. Rolls it out. Charles to the basket. Shouts. Count an and one.